Welcome back to the Hodl God channel. I hope everyone's having a great start to their week. I know prices of cryptos might not be helping, but regardless, I still hope it's great. Speaking of prices of cryptos, of course, I always like to start off these videos looking at the current XRP price. We're currently sitting around the 74 to 75 cent range, which again is still not that bad. But we have been declining day over day, so maybe expect this trend for a couple more days. But who knows, except TAs, because they have magic balls and can see everything by drawing lines and circles, and they're basically magicians. Me, however, I don't really know, but I see it on this trend for a few more days. Now let's talk about a theory of mine regarding Ethereum. So recently we got the news from the judge in the Ripple vs. SEC court case that the Hinman speech stating Ethereum and Bitcoin were not securities was just in his own opinion. Meaning that the SEC can still come after these two cryptos to declare them securities. Now, I don't want to talk about Bitcoin because I doubt it would be the case for Bitcoin, seeing as it would be harder for the SEC to claim Bitcoin is a security. And the SEC supposedly, excluding the Ripple case, of course, only takes slam dunk cases, which with Ethereum, it would be a slam dunk case, seeing as they had an ICO. Now, with Ethereum having an ICO, it is like having an IPO or a Series A funding, a Series B funding, anything of that nature. And they were selling Ethereum in this ICO or funding round, meaning that Ethereum was the financial instrument one was receiving for investing into a particular company, aka the Ethereum team. It's like when there is a different funding round for a company, and in each round they provide the investors a percentage of that company. This percentage of the company comes in the form of stock shares. Those stocks are securities and is what the investor is buying. With the Ethereum team, for their funding, the investors got Ethereum, which they claim to not be a share in the company, but more of gambling, which is even worse. However, they can say whatever they want, but when you collect funding this way, it is extremely hard for you to decline the fact that it is a security. Because like they say, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, then it's a duck, not a fucking unicorn. So I think, in my opinion, the SEC could easily come after them, and if so, I think this would be a big problem for a lot of cryptos. Those cryptos I'm speaking about, though, aren't XRP or Bitcoin, but all of those ones that run on the Ethereum network. These cryptos I'm speaking of are ERC tokens. They are projects that were created on the Ethereum network, and some of the most notable being Chainlink, OmniGo, Tether, Zerk, BAT, Augur, and the list goes on and on to about 442, 647,000, which is a lot, but in actuality, there's only around 2,500 ERC cryptocurrencies, which is a lot less, but there's only around 8,000 total cryptocurrencies in existence, meaning these ERC tokens take into account about 30% of all cryptos, which is quite significant. Now, if the SEC does go after Ethereum and it does get deemed a security, this is big trouble to about 30% of all cryptos, because this would mean that 30% of all cryptocurrencies would be no longer in existence. Why? Well, because of this little thing called transaction fees. You see, all the ERC tokens on the Ethereum network can only be transacted after paying fees. And what do you pay these fees in? Well, Ethereum, of course. But if Ethereum is a security, then guess who no longer is accepting that as a form of payment? All of the miners doing the proof of work on their network, which means no transactions are going to happen at all. Even if they go on the proof of stake protocol sometime in the next 15 years, no one would be staking with Ethereum because why would they? It was deemed a security. So this means that 30% of all cryptocurrencies will immediately go to $0 in price. Now, I'm not going through every single one of these to calculate price compared to total market cap, but if we just do a rough estimate at the current global market cap, which is around $2 trillion, this would mean that $600 billion would be wiped out. This, to me, though, is a very conservative number because Ethereum itself has over a $300 billion market cap. So it will be catastrophic in losses, but not only on the cryptocurrency side, but also in the NFT space. You see, NFTs, while yes, you might be able to purchase them on websites like OpenSea, actually run on the Ethereum network. So how do you pay for these NFTs? Well, with ERC tokens, whether that be Ethereum, Solana, or whatever they are accepting. And again, the fees have to be paid in Ethereum. And again, what will happen here is, well, NFTs will no longer exist. Well, any of them that people are currently buying, say on OpenSea, that are on the Ethereum network. I know that XRPL is building out an NFT platform, and there's others as well. But for the NFTs that are going crazy right now, they won't for long if Ethereum does get deemed a security. Because you won't be able to even transfer the authenticity of this JPEG to someone anymore. So it will be completely worthless. You will be holding on to something that you can't even move, which is crazy because you can move it. I mean, you can easily move that JPEG by having it on a cold wallet, and you can go all around the world with it to different shows. But if someone wanted to actually buy it, you would literally be unable to sell it to them unless you sell your entire cold wallet USB with it. NFTs like the Bored Apes will get really bored not moving and probably go to $0 in value. And there's currently around $23 billion in market cap in the NFT space. And this $23 billion will just up and vanish and never be able to come back because no one will want your ERC20 related NFT. The crash will be worse than Beanie Babies. I mean, with Beanie Babies, at least I still might be able to sell one and get $1 from it, but you won't get shit for your NFT should Ethereum be deemed a security. Now, of course, with this theory, all of the hip people would say that it's FUD because it hasn't really happened yet. Ethereum hasn't been deemed a security, and the SEC hasn't even filed a case against Ethereum. But I wanted to talk about this because with all of these tinfoil hat theories about ETHgate and whatnot, I just find them lackluster with any theory-based evidence that they show. Like, they show video clips of Vitalik or state it was an ICO, but why would the SEC really want to go after Ethereum? Just because it's one of the big boys out there? No, I don't think so. I think if you start connecting the dots, a big reason for the SEC to potentially come after them specifically will be because if they do, then they would be coming after around 30% of all cryptocurrencies in one shot. It's pretty efficient in my eyes, rather than having hundreds of cases against hundreds of projects and being in courts for probably eternity. Why not just cut off the head where it starts, and that's with Ethereum? And by doing so, yes, 30% of the projects will completely be useless, but it will also impact the 70% left, because if this were to happen, then more and more people will be willing to jump ship. But that's just my theory and opinion and for entertainment purposes only. But if you did enjoy that video, if you could please like and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, I will catch you later.